Welcome back to our Python programming lecture series. In our previous lectures, we learned about Python variables and different data types. Those concepts are the building blocks for Python programming. In today's lecture, we will learn two essential topics that you will use in almost every Python program. Typecasting, which converts data from one type to another. Basic operators, which help us perform calculations, compare values, and make logical decisions. By the end of this lecture, you will be able to convert strings into numbers and vice versa. Perform mathematical calculations, compare values using comparison operators, combine multiple conditions using logical operators. Don't worry if you are completely new to programming, we will learn everything step by step with simple examples. So let's begin. Before learning each concept individually, let's understand the complete journey of data inside a Python program. Look at the first value on the left side. It is 25 enclosed in a quotation marks. Since it is inside quotes, Python treats it as a text, also called a string. Suppose we want to perform mathematical calculations with this value. Can Python add 5 to 25 inside quotation marks? The answer is no, because one is text and the other is a number. So the first step is typecasting. Using int curved bracket function, we convert the string 25 inside quotation into the integer 25. Now the value is ready for calculations. Next, we use arithmetic operator to add 5. The result becomes 30. After calculating, Python can compare values. For example, is 30 greater than or equal to 30? Python evaluates this condition and returns true. Finally, this boolean value can be used with logical operators like and, or, and not to make decisions. So today's lecture follows this simple journey. Receive data, convert data, calculate, compare, make decisions. Let's now begin with the first step, typecasting. Let's understand what typecasting means. Typecasting is the process of converting one data type into another. But why do we need it? Suppose we ask the user to enter their age using the input curve bracket function. Even if the user type 10, Python stores it as 10 inside quotation mark, which is a string. Since it is text, Python cannot perform mathematical calculations directly. To convert it into a number, we use the int curve bracket function. This converts text 10 into integer 10 number, so it appears or can be read as integer. Now we can perform calculations without any problem. Python provides four commonly used casting functions. Int curve bracket. This converts a value into an integer. For example, if you type int in curve bracket inside quotation 42 and enter, it will become 42 integer number. When comes to float, the function is float curve bracket. This function converts a value into a decimal number. For example, if you type float in curve bracket 10 and click enter, it becomes 10.0. Similarly, string str curve bracket function, this converts a value into text. For example, if you type str in curve bracket 3.4 and click enter, it becomes 3.14 inside a quotation mark, which is a string. Let's see another function, bool curve bracket. This function converts values into true or false things. For example, bool inside bracket 0 and click enter, it returns false. But if you type bool inside bracket 10 and click enter, the Python returns true. Similarly, an empty string becomes false, while any non-empty string becomes true. Always remember one important point. The input curve bracket function always returns a string. Whenever you want to perform calculations, first convert the input using int curve bracket function or float curve bracket functions. Now that our data is in the correct type, we can perform mathematical calculations. Python converts several arithmetic operators. The plus operator performs addition. For example, 10 plus 5 gives 15. The minus operator performs subtraction. 20 minus 5 gives 14. The asterisk performs multiplication. 10 asterisk 5 gives you 50. The double asterisk performs exponentiation or raising a number to a power. For example, 2 double star 3. That makes 2 multiplied by another 2 times. 2 into 2 into 2, which equals 8. Now let's look at the three types of division. Float division, 10 forward slash 3 returns 3.3.3 because Python keeps the decimal part. Another float division, double forward slash. If you type 10 double forward slash by 3, it returns only 3 because Python removes the decimal part here. Now let's see another function, modulus. 10 divided by 3 returns 1, which is the remainder after division. The modulus operator is very useful for checking whether a number is even or odd. For example, number divided by 2, if it gives 0, this means the number is even. One more important point here is, if an integer and a floating point numbers are used together, Python automatically converts the result into a float. After performing calculations, we often need to compare values. Comparison operators help Python answers questions. The answer is always either true or false. Let's look at the common comparison operators. 5 is greater than 2. If you type 5 greater than symbol 2 and click enter, Python returns true. Let's look at the less than operator. If you type 3 less than 10 and click enter, the Python returns true. Greater than or equal to operator. If you type 7 greater than symbol followed by equal and enter 7 again, click enter, Python returns true. Less than or equal to operator. Example, if you see 4 less than equal symbol and 1 and click enter, Python returns false. Not equal to operator. If you type A is not equal to B, then Python returns true. Now let's understand an important difference. Double equals. The double equal operator checks whether two values are equal. For example, in A variable, the data is integers in the square bracket 1 comma 2 comma 3, and variable B is inside a square bracket 1 comma 2 comma 3. And if you ask if the both variables are equal or not, with the operator function A double equal B and click enter, Python returns true because both lists contain the same values. Identity operator. Here, is operator checks whether both variables refer to the same object in memory. If we write B is equal to A, then A is B, returns true because both variables point to the same object. Remember, double equal compares values, is compares memory locations. Sometimes one condition is not enough. We need to combine multiple conditions. Python provides three logical operators and, or, and not. Let's understand each one. And operator as logical operator. Think of two doors. Both doors must be open to pass through. Similarly, the AND operator returns true only when all conditions are true. For example, a student passes only if marks are greater than or equal to 50 and attendance is greater than or equal to 75%. Both conditions must be satisfied. Or now next look at the logical operator OR. Now imagine two parallel paths. Only one path needs to be open. Similarly, the OR operator returns true if at least one condition is true. For example, a scholarship may be awarded based on excellent marks or outstanding sports performance. Only one condition is sufficient here. And let's look at another logical operator, NOT. The NOT operator simply reverses the result. If something is true, not true becomes false. If something is false, not false becomes true. If you remember, true and false, we should always write. Logical operators always produce Boolean values. These operators are widely used in if statements, loops, and decision making programs. Let's now combine everything we have learned into one simple Python programming. First, you enter in a program user input is equal to input inside bracket enter age. The user enters their age. Remember, the input function always returns a string. Next, age is equal to int curve bracket user input. We convert the string into an integer. This is typecasting. Now we calculate the person's age in months. Months is equal to age asterisk 12. This uses the multiplication operator. Next is adult is equal to age is greater than or equal to 18. This is a comparison operator. Python checks whether the person's age is at least 18. The result is either true or false. Finally, Python combines multiple conditions using AND operator. The person qualifies only if they are an adult and the number of months is even. This single example demonstrates the complete workflow of a Python program. Receive user input, convert it into the correct data type, perform calculations, compare values, combine conditions, make a final decision. Congratulations! In this lecture, you have learned four fundamental concepts of Python programming: typecasting, arithmetic operators, comparison operators, logical operators. These concepts are used in almost every Python program, whether you are building simple calculators, scientific applications, data analysis tools, or machine learning models. I encourage you to practice each example by changing the input values and observe how the input changes. The more you experiment, the more confident you will become. If you found this lecture helpful, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and click the notification bell so you don't miss our upcoming Python tutorials. Thank you for watching.